watching WCCB News Now. I'm Chief Meteorologist Nicole Madden. Today is Monday, July 1st, and here's what you need to know weather-wise. Well, we have major Hurricane Beryl that is bearing down on the Windward Islands. This is a Category 4 hurricane. Now, it did go through an eye wall replacement cycle last night, and you could see that eye wall is very well defined, and it is a lot bigger here as it bears down on the Windward Islands. This is the earliest Category 4 hurricane we have had on record. First became a Category 4 hurricane yesterday, and it is going to be moving over the Windward Islands within the next few hours and moving back into the Caribbean Sea. Now, we do have hurricane warnings in effect for St. Vincent's as well as Grenada and the Grenadines. And as this storm pummels parts of the island chain, we're looking at sustained winds from this storm of 130 miles per hour. We have gusts more than 150 right now, as well as those the extreme storm surge that's expected from this storm, 6 to 9 feet. And we're also looking at significant rainfall leading to flash flooding. Now, this storm will remain a major hurricane through Tuesday evening. From there, as it moves into deeper through the Caribbean, it will remain a hurricane as it moves over parts of the Yucatan Peninsula early Friday, and from there become a tropical storm as it moves back into the Gulf of Mexico. This storm is not the only thing that we're watching in the Atlantic. We actually had Tropical Storm Chris, which is now a tropical depression, move inland over Mexico, and another tropical wave that's right behind Beryl that could become a tropical depression by midweek. Now, if this storm does develop into our next named storm, it would be Debbie on our list here from the Atlantic hurricane season names here of 2024. After that is Ernesto. Locally, we're not seeing any impacts from the tropics, but we are getting a break from the heat. Today, we're going to see the humidity drop with winds out of the northeast. Temperatures will fall back into the mid to upper 80s for those daytime highs. A little bit of a break here from those hot and humid days we've had to deal with the last few. That's your latest weather-wise forecast. Over to you, Chris, with the latest in those headlines.
Thank you, Nicole. No arrests in a shooting overnight in Uptown that left one person with life-threatening injuries. Medics says the shooting happened on South Mint Street near a nightclub. Police were called to the area just after 1 this morning. No other details have been released at this time. We'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online as we get new information. 3 people, they were seriously hurt in 2 separate shootings early Sunday morning. We're asking CMPD for more information about what led to the shootings. The first happened in Southwest Charlotte on Edge Green Drive off Nations Ford Road. According to medic, 2 victims were transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police were called to a second shooting in Uptown on East 8th Street off North Davidson Street. It happened around 5:30 Sunday morning. Medic taking 1 victim to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police have not identified the victims or any possible suspects in either shooting. The presidential election 126 days away, and there's concern about President Biden and his ability to lead after last week's debate against former President Trump. On Sunday, Biden and his family gathered together at Camp David. According to reports, the family discussed his political future. The Camp David meeting included the First Lady, Biden's kids and grandkids. The New York Times reporting that the family told him he could still show the American people that he's capable of another 4 years in the Oval Office. Some companies preparing to hire more part-time workers out there than full-time. A recent analysis of millions of postings on the job site Indeed revealed the demand for full-time workers. It's been flat from January of 2022 to May of this year. According to new Labor Department data, the level of part-time employment was nearly 9% up in the same time period. We're just a few days away from the 4th of July, and many people headed out of town for the holiday. AAA expecting a record number of people to travel, with more than 1.9 million North Carolinians taking a road trip this Independence Day. More than 156,000 people are expected to fly somewhere. Usher won the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards last night, and his acceptance speech 12 minutes long. Our favorite moment here at Rising is when Van Van showed up and showed out. Oh yeah, she's a showstopper. Van Van had the crowd rocking and rolling and even singing along to her song. The talented kid was nominated for the Young Stars Award. You can always watch WCCB News Now and all of your newscasts on your favorite streaming devices like Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Thanks for joining us.